check. We tapped in, mic check. We tapped in the Phase on You podcast, man. Episode 412. Episode 412, man. We already 400 in. What it do, y'all, man? Make sure you like, share, subscribe, man. What's up, podcast family? Let's get into it. You already know what we here to do. Dang, man, my Washington team, we lost today, man. It was a great game. Just to briefly go over like a recap of the game. What I will say, things that we could have improved upon. First of all, you got too many wide receivers dropping passes, tight ends dropping passes. On the defensive end, St. Jude's, he should have been gone 2 seasons ago. He got to get up out of there. And I'm glad we just got Marshawn Lattimore, but that was a pivotal play in the game. I believe we had many chances to win the game, so I don't want to get on here and have excuses about why we should have won. It was a hard-fought game. At the end of the day, we didn't get it done. We could blame the refs as well, too. That was a first down. I don't know since when we don't have forward progress. But at the end of the day, you got to make the plays for it not to be in the refs' hands at the end of the day. So I don't want to be here sitting there giving no excuses or complaining about what should have happened. Woulda, shoulda, coulda, woulda. It is what it is. But we move on to 7-3, Washington. We got Philly this Thursday, a must-win game, a division game. And based on how Philly's looking, they looking like a contender as well, too, in the NFC. So we got to step up to the plate, man. We have all of the players to do so. I just feel like the cornerback position was our weakest link, and as you see, it's been the weakest link throughout this year and the past few seasons, bro. Like, he got to go, man. He got to go, for real. And I don't know why he continues to be matched up on these certain receivers when y'all know he not going to get it done. But St. Jude's, man, we not going to see you next season. I'm going to just say that right now. Like I said, it's a hard-fought game, man. For real, we came out there against a top 5 Steelers defense. Jaden Daniels, he didn't have the best of games, but a lot of the receivers let him down this game as well too. I believe that one pass to McCaffrey, if he catches him in stride, then it's another game. But like I said, it shoulda, coulda, woulda. We got to get it done. We had many opportunities to get it done. And like I said, you can't let the refs dictate the outcome of the game regardless. If you're in a position to win the game before the refs can even judge it, you gotta win the game. And I understand. Me personally, I understand. Because that was a first down. And if that first down takes place, it's a whole different conversation. We win the game, most likely. But it is what it is. Hey, you win some, you lose some, you get back to the drawing board. Let's win this division game in which we very much so need. But let's talk, y'all. What's up, man? Let's talk, man. Let me jump to this conversation first. Holly takes to social media to express how she did not agree with DDG having her child Halo on Kai Cenat's stream. I talked about it earlier in the week about my views, but I'm gonna talk to you about it on the podcast. I feel like first this backfired on her because a majority agree with DDG, and they should. First of all, that's DDG's child too. I feel like that's the problem right there. I feel like the message was basically to weaponize her fan base against the father of her child. And a lot of these things that I say on the podcast is oversharing. That's things that could have been left in private, in a private conversation that she should have had with him. And when she made it public, a lot of people was raising the side eye because it's like, first, like I said, active father. DDG's an active father. Second of all, it looked as if like you were weaponizing your fan base for the DDG hate, which is already out there. Then also, both of you guys have the child on the stream, have the child in videos. So it's in that post, it was just in the sense of just like you know what I'm saying? Like, what's really going on here? And I just disagree with this situation because after she caught flack and didn't receive the response that she thought she was going to receive, she deactivated her social media, and we never seen her really be problematic at all. But what this situation showed us is that behind the scenes, maybe some other conversations need to be had, and I feel like that is a private conversation between them two that needs to be had. And I feel like, just me personally, I feel like a lot of good fathers, get the short end of the stick. You have somebody that's out here that's being an active father, and then he's also a streamer. So it's kind of like what's to expect, because that's who you got with, that's who you had a baby with as well too. So I feel like taking that in consideration. We always as a public want the black man to hold themselves accountable, but that same thing goes for the woman as well too. I feel like it's been a lot of fans out there have also been like, okay, well, she's setting her boundaries. Yes, I don't want this child to be somewhere I don't know about. But also, guess what? That's during his parenting time. And he is a good active father. He's not going to have the child anywhere in a place where they shouldn't be, or a place where it's not safe or deemed to be safe. And I do respect DDG for coming out and having the mature response and, just talking to the public like, man, I don't want anybody to slander Holly. I don't want anybody to talk bad about her. But I don't think we're talking bad about her. I just think in the eyes of the viewers, when you're a celebrity or a public figure and you put things out there for all of us to view and have an opinion on, this was going to happen. And I feel like it backfired, because I feel like she thought that majority was going to agree with her and kill DDG. And she did later, I wouldn't say apologize, but she said she did overreact. She was like, I may have overreacted in the moment. She praised DDG in that moment, and she was just talking about, how she's getting accustomed to be a new mom. I get it. But also, let's keep it real. It's like, what I don't like, regardless of who the parent is, if you are sharing a child, you both made the child, and you both make decisions for the child, and you guys have agreements, and you guys have these certain conversations. None of this private conversation should come to the internet. This is a co-parenting conversation that should have been left in the private. DDG is an active father. We see him loves and adores his child. So for this to come out, it's kind of like it was like backhanded, because he already received so much hate for anything he does via on the internet, and I feel like it was unnecessary. It was unnecessary. I mess with him for actually having her back in this situation, but like, let's call it a spade, bro. This man is an active father. That is his child too. He can make decisions too. And then if it's actually a conversation that needs to be had, have that privately. And a lot of people coming out and saying, oh, well, maybe if we did have a conversation private and I got to take social media. Well, guess what? When you take the social media, now the viewers and us as the group chat, we get to view, we get to talk about it. We used to voice our opinions. That's just what it is. We in this social media era, and that's the problem with too. Everybody wants to put their private business out there. You don't have to put that private business out there. And when you co-parenting, I know it's a touchy subject, but it's real, bro. I don't feel like one parent should have more control than the other. That's just me. I don't feel like one parent should have more control than the other. And what I did found, like, based on what Holly was saying, it was just like she was like, my baby. And then she brought up postpartum, and nobody's being dismissive to postpartum, because it's a very serious thing, and that can cause depression. So I don't think us as an audience is being dismissive about it. It's just the fact of the matter is that that's not fair. Like, let's call it a spade a spade. Is she checking in with him every single time that she has Halo on live stream, or she has Halo doing certain things in music videos, or have him in pictures, or whatever the case may be? Is she checking in with him? And if she is, that should be a private conversation. That shouldn't be something that you should jump to social media and just tell all. And one thing I do respect about DDG in this situation is that in regards to Holly, he's never spoken bad about her or negatively about her via social media. He may have spoke about his breakup, but it's never been in a negative manner towards her. And I feel like this was a case where, just call it what it is, bro. Like, in a sense, if it was to go her way, if majority didn't agree with DDG, he could be getting his back kicked in currently, right now. And he continues to get his back kicked in for really no reason, man. He's an active father. I don't understand it. And that be my problem too. Is just that the good fathers always get the short end of the stick. But the bad fathers, They out here, they can do whatever they want, move how they want, move however they want, receive the child when they want. It's just I don't understand this. We live in a world where a lot of things are just backwards. I truly don't understand it. And I feel like, man, this situation, it happens often, just in our society. But the difference is, like you said, she's a public figure, he's a public figure. They both have a child which has gone viral ever since he was born, basically. You know, being on live stream, being on the camera. So it's like, and then also in totality, like before you even get into a relationship with somebody, before you even having kids with somebody, be mindful of who you having kids with. That's real though. That's real. Because if you knew this man was a streamer, you knew this was his life before, you knew that you probably was more private, you know, that was going to come with it. He was going to stream his child. I know he's proud of his child. I know you are proud of your creation as well too. But I definitely feel like that is a conversation that needs to be had privately. And in this situation, I feel like she overreacted, and I feel like it backfired on her by taking it to social media. So, hey man, my only advice was just to keep those certain type of serious conversations off the internet, and you avoid a lot of these problems, bro. You avoid a lot of these problems. And one thing I just don't want to be dismissed is that just because you're a public figure doesn't mean that you are that you are erased from certain amounts of criticism. You know, I feel like a lot of people were just like, oh, yeah, y'all are being rough on her, or y'all are doing too much towards her. No, I don't think that's true. I feel like this stirred up a real conversation that happens often in households in regards to co-parenting. I feel like it should be a conversation to be had, something mutually agreed upon. And if you don't agree upon it, cool. Don't bring it to social media. Don't bring it to social media. Like, and then you get in situations where people that are parenting, they get a sense of entitlement because that is their child, but it shouldn't be a sense of entitlement because it's your child, or just because you the mom. It's the other half of this. It's the other half of this child too that needs to be taken consideration of, and that goes for both sides. It's just conversations need to be had offline, and you able this for real. Because we would be looking at this totally different if if she would have worded it differently and a lot more people would have agreed with her. She would have kept that post up. She wouldn't have deactivated her Twitter. She would have continued to feel how she wanted to feel in that situation, and it backfired. And speaking about good dads, man, I just want to shout out to DC Young Fly, man, and just send prayers and condolences to his family. And I really mean that. That situation had me heartbroken when I first heard about it, and it still breaks my heart, man, because he has three children, and his wife, of course, unfortunately passed away. But like, what I really love about DC Young Fly, every time I see him, man, he's always in good spirits. He's always speaking about the word and talking about God. And I feel like he's a true example, man, of staying strong, bro. For real. That's tough to do. I can only imagine, bro. Like, and then they just had their child before her passing. So, you know, making it 3. And I just want to say shout out to him, bro, because I don't want that to get overlooked. Because of what DC Young Fly has done and his accomplishments in the industry, doesn't amount to any of those things. Because when it comes back to going home, you know, he has to take care of these children. And then you have to have these conversations with these children about their mother, you know, and why she's not here. So that's a tough thing to battle with. And like I said, I can only imagine, you know, how tough that is. But I do want to just shout out DC Young Fly because we were talking about DDG and we talking about good active fathers. I just feel like they deserve to be shouted out. It's so many times now, especially after, you know, what happened with this past election, which I'm not going to get on, but we talking about the black man and black woman. And there's so much divisiveness and a sense of divide. Man, we can praise each other. We can love each other, bro. Every conversation doesn't have to be doesn't have to be negative. You feel me? Like we can we could talk to each other even if we agree or disagree. We could talk to each other in a certain manner. Like I feel like it's so many pointing of the fingers on each side, bro. Like at some point we got to stop doing that. And that's why for me with that Holly situation, it struck a nerve with me, because it's like, bro, you going to social media and you going straight to, kind of dividing y'all. And now a lot of people viewing it as like, okay, well, they're not together. She's a public figure. We like her better than him. So now we about to choose this side over him. When he's just being an active father, he's not doing anything wrong. And then the whole situation was too with that was that was a wholesome, like Kai's stream was so wholesome. It was giving Halo toys and all that stuff. And like I said, she did come back and technically just say, okay, yeah, then my bad, I overreacted. But like I said, just keep things private. And just shout out to DC Young Fly, to just getting back on point. But shout out to DC Young Fly for being a great father, man, and continue to love on his children, man, and going through that tough time, man. When you lose somebody and when you lose somebody close, that's when it really hits you. You may have dealt with death in a certain way, but when it hits different is when you sitting in that front row of the funeral. That's when it really hit different. And that's when you really have to get in tune with yourself, bro. You really have to tap in. And then as a man raising daughters, like, man, just much praise to him, because that conversation is always going to be there, about their mother not being there. You feel me? So just shout out to DC Young Fly, man. Like that's been tough for me ever since I heard that news. Like that was one that really hit me hard, because the kids and how to explain that to your kids, bro. Like that's one of my biggest fears, and I was gonna talk about that later, but we can get into it now. Like that's one of my biggest fears is not being able to be there for my kids, bro. Like that's one of my biggest fears. And my question to you guys, if you can get rid of one fear right now, what would it be? One fear for me is the uncertainty. Like with me, I get so much anxiety, like as far as like, and I really have to talk and pray about it, because like my anxiety is so built up. Like I know take it one day at a time, but me, I'd be like foreseeing the future, foreseeing what I had to do tomorrow instead of just taking it one day at a time. So like I would say take away the fear of uncertainty, like for real. And that's something I need to pray on. That's something that I need to get myself in tune with God, because stressing and things of that nature, first of all, stressing can lead you to a short-lived life. You know what I'm saying? Building up anxiety can leave you up in depression and not talking about your problems, you know what I'm saying, or not giving it up to God or talking to your therapist. That can cause problems. So like me, for example, that's one fear that I would want to get rid of. Like it's the fear of uncertainty. And another one I would say like the fear of heights too. Like like that's my biggest fear, like the fear of heights, bro. And I feel like that can hold me back. I mean, I take airplanes. I do certain things of that nature, but like I really be having anxiety as far as like heights. So those two for me. Like, chat, what about you guys? Like, if you can get rid of one fear right now, what would it be? For me, it just fear of uncertainty and my fear of heights. But for y'all let me know in the chat as well. If you can get rid of one fear right now, what would it be? All right. Moving forward. I briefly talked about Kai Cenat stream, man. Shout out to Kai Cenat, man. That his subathon is amazing, bro. It's amazing. It's entertaining. I love what he's doing. I really just love what he's doing for content, because he's opening up so many doors. What I really love too was that like he did like basically like a love bomb or love raid to one of the streamers platforms and got them so many subscribers and listeners and new eyes and viewership. And that's what I love too, bro. Like he's very, very genuine. So like even when I seen this, because you see Kai Cenat, he's bringing all these celebrities, public figures up there, and Kodak Black, like one of my favorite rappers. But like let's call a spade, bro. Like watching that stream was just alarming, and as a viewer, like it's concerning, because you see one of our favorite rappers, but like you see him live acting this way, And you can see it's a real addiction. And I'm not only just blaming Kodak, I will blame his team and the people that are around him. Like, you can really be the best you, but you have to have certain type of people in your circle that are really for you. And in that certain circumstance, like, I feel like he has a lot of yes man around him because he's dealt with so much through these past years, whether it be jails, it be the addiction, all of those certain type of things. But like, who is really real in his corner? Like, that's a real question. And I can't just blame his team, but his team has a lot to do with it. Once you seen on Kai Cenat stream, he wasn't looking in the right state of mind. He was popping the perk like it was popcorn, bruh. Like, those things may seem like entertainment, amusement, and funny at the time, but like, honestly, it's really not, bruh. Like, that was real life concerning. And if I'm Kai Cenat in that situation, I wouldn't really know what to do, for real. Like, because you don't want to make it seem like you kicking this person out of your house, but also too, you have a brand. Like, Kai Cenat now is a brand, just like Kodak is a brand. So you seen on Twitch, and they'll get you out of there real quick. You know what I'm saying? Any type of thing, they'll get you out of there. So like, you popping drugs and stuff like that on the stream, bro, you become a liability to my brand. You feel me? Like, and it's no hard feelings about it because I feel like Kodak felt that energy that Kai was just like, I mean, I don't know what to do at this point. Cause if I'm Kai, I'm looking at Kodak's team like, bro, like, are y'all gonna do something? Are y'all gonna react or do something about this situation? Cause it was one situation where Kai was outside and Kodak thought he was just kicking him out. You feel me? Cause he felt that energy, but it's just like, yeah, like, that's scary though. That's scary. Like, I wouldn't know what to do in that situation, and I feel like you need to protect your brand. And with Kai Cenat, I feel like he is so welcoming to a lot of these public figures and a lot of people coming up there. But now I feel like after that Kodak one, he's going to pick and choose wisely who he has coming up there, because that could have been a situation that could have turned left quickly, bro. Quickly. Like, he didn't look good or in his right state of mind. Shout out to Speed, man. Shout out to Speed. I don't know if anybody's seen the Speed versus Noah Lyles, bro. Like, Noah Lyles is an Olympian, a gold medal Olympian. You feel me? Fastest man in the world. Like, Speed was, I'm talking about right there with him. I'm talking about if Speed actually trained, that boy athletic, bro. That boy different, bro. From jumping over cars to what he be doing, he be boxing and playing soccer, bro. This man is really athletic, bro. Like, shout out to Speed, bro, and his platform as well too. Like, I ain't gonna hold you, I really love this new era as far as like this streaming era, because it's showing you different ways of how you can get it, bro, and revenue. And don't just take it lightly, because even though I record a podcast, I know how much work it goes into it. So imagine streaming for 24 hours or streaming for 12 hours. Like, it's work put in on that. And a lot of people can't just adjust to the camera, bro. Once that red light go on, bro, a lot of people fold, bro. A lot of people fold. So it's difficult. So shout out to like the streamers. Shout out to the Speeds and Kai Cenat, even the people that are rising up and the people that trying to get to that level, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to all the content creators, bro, because it's not easy. Like, you see people vlogging, you see people making content. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes, bro. Like, I spend myself hours editing like the podcast. You feel me? Like, it's work that you have to put into it. So like, shout out to those people that are actually taking that time to work on it as well too. One thing I wish that went away though, as far as like streamers talking about the 9 to 5, like, I just feel like totality, just do what's best for you. You feel me? Everybody is not built to be in the content creation life, and that's totally fine. And you have 9 to 5ers that make just as much, or if not more, than streamers. You feel me? Like, so I feel like take everybody's job, job in the profession serious, because I would never demean anybody's job or what they got going on, bro. As long as you get into it in some type of way, you get into it in some type of way. I hate the continuous conversation about who works harder, because at the end of the day, it's really not even up for debate, man. What works for you works for you. And I feel like a lot of the streamers out here, they're doing amazing jobs, but like, let's stop talking about the 9 to 5, and let's stop talking about what's going on in that field, because everybody's job is needed, bro. Everybody's job is needed to every single body. We can go down the list, but to every single body, everybody's job is of worth, for sure. Man, I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I noticed that when certain stores and certain things would close down during that time we were out, like from 2020 to 2022, bro, you really start to see how impactful these jobs are, for real, and people being in the workplace. Speaking about jobs, I want to know what's going on with this research lab, because this sounds like something off the Planet of the Apes. It really do. 40 monkeys escaped from the research lab in South Carolina. They telling people via in that area to lock your doors and close your windows. We talking about research lab monkeys. We don't even know what y'all did to these monkeys in the research lab. And y'all sitting there talking about some lock the doors and windows. Yeah, okay, I'll be moving. I'll be getting my stuff to go. to go. What you talking about? Don't even pull up the U-Haul. As soon as I heard that, if I'm in that nearby area, I'm good. I'm good, because that's how diseases start, or diseases happen. That's how stuff like Planet of the Apes happen. Come on now, how does that happen? And come on now, it's no way. That's not no accident. It's no way that's an accident. How did it? Yeah, and people in the research lab, you gotta think about it too. Just like everyday job, like it's repetition. So for somebody to mess up on that 40 monkeys, oh no, absolutely not. I don't know what you locking your doors or windows gonna do either. Not a daggone thing. They got hands, they got feet. What you talking about? One of the smartest animals in the world are apes. Y'all go ahead and play what you want, but don't play over here. I tell you that, because I'm great off of that, boy. Like it's so many weird things happening. I'm telling you, like I can't every TV show, all these movies, all these like. As I get older, a lot of these things that's called conspiracy theories just look more like as the truth to me. And for real, a conspiracy to me, I don't want to get in the definition base, but I know it has some truth to it. But a lot of these things, man, that we're seeing recent within the last, let's say, 4 or 5 years. Oh yeah, it shows you from iRobot to from the Tesla situation with the robots, from Leave the World Behind, the movie. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of from what's it called? Look Who Cloned the Clone Tyrone movie. Oh, that Clone Tyrone joint. Who cloned Tyrone? That joint right there. I watched that joint. I watched that joint about 5 to 6, 7 times, bro. Cause stuff like that, bro. It's showing you that it could really happen. And they're not even saying it could really happen. It shows you that these things are out here in this world, bro. They just hide it from us. That's just what it is. They just find a way to hide it from us as best they know how. What's up, chat? What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? Hey, look, what I really want to do, y'all, I'm gonna have a podcast, all right, where we just straight giving awards, like an award show, but like it's gonna be like a award show based on the podcast, for real. What I'm looking to do is doing like album of the year, song of the year. We're gonna delve into the rap category, R&B category. So I want to give like our own separate awards here as well too, because it's a lot of albums out here that it was a good year for music, bro. It was a good year for music. Future for me already is my MVP, just based off of come on now, the 3 projects this year. He has to be in that conversation. J. Cole for sure, and I see him up for both of them up for Grammys for sure. Should be in that conversation for the rap album of the year. Doechii, she had an amazing year. Ab-Soul, this last album he just dropped, bro. I'm telling you, if you haven't heard it, Soul Burger, I'm telling you, that's actually a great album. To West Side Gun and what he just dropped, those 2 projects, man, it's been a lot of good music out, bro. And shout out to all the women artists, because Glow has a debatable album of the year too, for real. And then you had these. Let me talk about this briefly. Like, I understand that Not like us. Look, it could be deemed the song or record of the year. It could be in that conversation just because of the beef and all that talk. But like, let's not force it. Let's not gas it. Because it does seem like what Drake was saying is like, okay, now it's valid. Like Kendrick just opened his mouth. Somebody go hand him the Grammy right now. And not saying that Kendrick is not deserving of the Grammy. Come on now, look at his resume. But like this, I feel like this song is like, all right, now they forcing it. Even to, even to that Super Bowl conversation, which I get, but it's still like we driving this off of only one song. And to me personally, which wasn't even his best diss track in that beef. I feel like Euphoria, and I feel like the best diss track overall was Family Matters, but that's here or there. I just feel like I hope they don't rob a lot of people within this Grammys just because that song is there. You feel me? And that's another reason why I wanted to do, something on the podcast just as far as like giving out awards, because like I just feel like certain people and certain artists not getting their credit. And I'm not saying that these public figures are looking to my platform, but I would love to give them their credit and recognition as well too, because one thing the Grammys will do, they'll nominate you for something and then a billion times and you ain't win that one time. Like residuals, that deluxe boy, if Chris Brown don't win, I'm telling you, residuals alone, not even just talking about 1111, which was a phenomenal album, a classic album. I feel like it's going to be to me. For me, it's already a classic album, but down the line, I feel like it's a classic album, and how that's performed for him being on tour, for how long he's been on tour. Nicki Minaj, she deserves her flowers, but the Grammys, the Grammys going Grammy. That's why I don't understand why people are so hell-bent on the Grammys and being nominated. I feel like it was more, I feel like it had, how can I say it? I wouldn't even say that. I feel like we missed things like the Source Awards, where it was really us. You feel me? Like I've really missed that type of elk, and then you getting like 5 or 4 mics and those type of things. Because with the Grammys, like even though it's all genres, you have a lot of politics within that. You know what I'm saying? So it get difficult and tricky when you're making certain type of decisions, and then you have a lot of people's ears in which that are judging the music that really don't even listen to that genre of music. So it becomes difficult to judge. How can you judge something that you don't even listen to, or you're not even connected with? So I can't wait to do that. I'm gonna wait for my co-host to get here to do that, bro. But yeah, man, much love to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. The Phase on View podcast, man. Episode 412. For all you sports fans, man, make sure you guys stay tuned as well. I'm thinking about just having a soul sports episode on the weekends or like on Sundays to really just talk to you guys about, for those who are interested, like football and stuff like that, because I can really get into it, break it down. I might want to do like some live streams within that content space, because I'm a diehard Washington fan. And I get real dramatic about our games, bro, because I'm passionate about it. And us being 7-3 after all these years of, man, trials and tribulations, man, it's amazing. It's amazing for us to be in this space. But we gotta continue to grind. The season not over. I know the hype is there, but the season not over. We got a big game coming up in the division, like I said earlier. And that Steelers game, man. Look here. Don't get comfortable, Steelers fans. Y'all swinging that terrible towel. Y'all got a little wild today. Relax, because we lost that game. Don't act like y'all just, came up in the building and just stole a victory from us. We lost that game. I'll take accountability. Ain't no excuses here, but we lost that game. And then the refs, the refs going to do what the refs do. But like I said, it's the little things that add up. So you gotta make sure to make them plays when they count. Make them plays when they count, for sure. But another amazing episode, man. Make sure you guys tap into the platform, like, share, and subscribe. Yes, sir.